If you haven't seen the Alex Jones Charlie Sheen interview yet, you should really check it out. It's the most excruciating 20 minutes that I've sat through for quite some time. I think it's almost up there with that time that Jones dressed up as the Joker and he was ranting and raving. It really is that embarrassing. So basically Jones got his pal Sheen onto his show again, and Sheen was quite blatantly off his tits on cocaine, and he's just ranting and just babbling on about nonsense basically. He's just full of himself. He's just blatantly on coke. And Alex Jones is just kissing his arse. And, you know, is this the face of the truth movement? Because if it is, you know, I don't want anything to do with this movement. You know, at this time when there's uprisings in the Middle East and North Africa, which InfoWars should be celebrating and encouraging and trying to get the people in the US and in Britain to emulate, what do we get? We get an overweight, loudmouth Texan interviewing his drug-addled pal about nonsense. You know, they're not even talking about truth issues. It's just a total embarrassing, arse-kissing display by Jones. And you have to ask, you know, why did he do this? And it's blatantly about getting, you know, views and getting listeners for his show, to increase his revenue and to stroke his ego, because his name's in all the mainstream media now because Sheen's show's been dropped after this appearance on the Alex Jones show. So you go to any of the mainstream papers now and Alex Jones' name is in there. And I mean, I'm sure some people are going to argue that this was all part of the plan to get people towards the truth, but is it really? I don't think so, you know. And it's just embarrassing, really. So I'd be interested to know what everybody else thinks, but I just think Alex Jones is totally compromised now. He's really not credible. And, you know, what kind of a friend is he to get his mate onto a show where he makes a complete fool of himself and then loses his TV show? You know, why would Jones do that to a friend? It was obvious that Sheen was going to be in some kind of a bad condition because he's been in hospital, you know, several times very recently. So he shouldn't really have had him on in the first place. But when it became clear that Sheen was off his head, you know, Jones should have wrapped up the interview. But no, it's going to pull people in. It's going to get Jones's name out there. Yeah, let me know what you think, guys. But this guy doesn't represent me, and I don't think he's a good representation for any kind of movement for truth and change. You can see that in InfoWars coverage. They've been taking the angle that all of the revolutions are contrived. They've been solely focusing on the Western media manipulation, and I've not seen any articles really praising the people who are uprising in the Middle East against tyranny and who are actually giving their lives in this fight for freedom. They should be making videos and shows about that, not getting on some drug-addled joker.